Okay, so this is kind of officially starting a program, but not officially opening. We made an announcement for the opening at 6. So I will just go what every day will happen at 5 o'clock. And that's mostly like a technical presentations of what we think is important for this setup where we build a public library. So I will talk about Calibre. My obsession last couple of months or year or something. So this is a really good book management software. Especially it's good because it's a free software. You all know here what's the free software. So when I started, I'll just tell you a little bit about the history, how I got here. Here in Ljubljana, but also like conceptually what was my itch as a developer and user. So I got a research position at Jan van Eyck Academy in Maastricht, and went there after like great years of work in MAMA in Zagreb. I still work there, but there I actually started to read books much more than before. Because before I read much more technical books and tutorials, programming and things like that. So I realized that my fellow researchers, that they have a lot of books which I should read, but no one was really able to to give me the book. They would recommend something, but usually they would have like a messy directories where they don't know what they have there. And then I started to explain how these whole sharing books can really easily go with a simple use of technology. So if you're just obsessive enough to have all of your files well named, I can quite easily make use of it, because then you can just, all of the list of files, you can put it into the text file, which you can send it by email. It's very small, and I can search for it, and I can see who has what. And as being a geek, of course that I was disappointed. No one really cared about that kind of stuff. And then I got, okay, let's see what we can do, how we can improve it. Let's find another ways of doing that. And then when I got more than a couple of books, I realized that it's good to have a catalog so that I can actually know what I have on my computer. And for that, I did a couple of things manually. So going into the title, author, I will show you here. Just a second. Like here. When you open it, you can do all of these kind of things manually. But it's also good if you have something which will automatize that. And that's why Calibre is great. Calibre is a book management software which can help you do things like this. So if you have a couple of these informations, and you say download metadata, it will ask Google server, it will ask Amazon, Open Library, ISBN DB, and also from these days, it will also ask our database server, which we kind of try to improve in the whole in the whole workflow. For Calibre, it's easy to connect to other services and then to bring you the metadata easily. And I will just show you one of the use case scenarios, how you can use it and how I use it. It's not the only one. You will hear probably from Jan, Sebastian, and Rob. There are many ways how we can use and how we can maintain our databases. So this is Calibre. So I got and wrote this wrote this little post, which was read quite a lot. But it didn't really bring a lot of new users. Dubrovka, my lab, she's using that, so we kind of shared tips and tricks. She did a lot of maintaining of the data of the metadata, and here we will have also the great work which she did with New Left Review. So she downloaded a bunch of New Left Review articles which were completely messy, and then just manually, because there is no really a service which you can ask for, and manually just went through all of the New Left Review articles with authors and with titles and things like that. So we had fun, but we couldn't share it more like than outside, more than inside of our studio at Jan van Eyck. So then I realized that that Calibre has many functionalities, and one of that functionality is also that when you do things like a new left review with all of the titles and authors, you can also start a content server, as it is called here, and then it will make a web interface for the others who are in the same network like you are. So I know that most of the people, like at least half of the people here are like hackers, and half of the people are artists. So I know that hackers know what's the local area network, but usually artists don't know what's the local area network. So it's basically say that usually it's like in the same physical room, that the computers are in the same local area network. So if you know the IP address, then you can access that computer. But most of the time when you just say IP address, people are like, oh, I don't know how to do that. So in that sense, there is a functionality. You can expose your library to the others, but usually they will not know, they won't know how to use it. So I realized that when people want to share something these days, they like to have a web address, something which they can put inside of their browsers, and then they find it. If you say Google something, they will just go google.com and they will find it. If you say like go to something.com, something.org, usually people know it. So what I wanted to do is that to allow people, when they have Calibre, to be able to share it with the world. And that means that if they have a public URL which they can share, then people can access their local Calibre. So it works like this. I have a Calibre on my laptop, and I will just make available my Calibre from this laptop to the world. And in order to do that, I will just run something which I call Let's Share Books software. And at this moment, many people are scared, not the half from the hackers. You just run it in a command line. It works well in OS X, it works well in Linux, it works sort of on Windows, but I don't know how to close the SSH tunnel after you just start it on Windows, because Windows really like mess up with the processes. If there is a Windows hacker here, please come to me and help me with that. I don't want to like spend too much time with Windows. Anyway, if you run it, this is like you just say Python or just Let's Share Books. What it will provide you is that you can see it's your temporary public URL. That means that my laptop at this moment, if you have a laptop, you can go to joachimjungius.snipdom.net. Joachim Jungius is one of 35 people which I found, which helped to improve the idea of catalog. So it starts in somewhere in the 15th century or something, and there are like 35 people who helped with that concept historically. So I like this reference, but never mind about it. And if you want to go there, just from here, you can just say 1 and then enter, and it will, just a second, it will open Chrome here. Just a second. It seems that that the network is slow, so it will come, but you can also check that local, okay, it's here. So what I actually did now is that I exposed my laptop with the Calibre to the world. So if anyone will go to joachimjungius.snipdom.net, this is the temporary URL, you can just access all of my books. So if you go to newest, you will see the books which I have in my Calibre. It's a read-only, you can't really write to my database, but you can download all of the books. These are the books, mainly like the books which I got from Book like yesterday. So if you do like whatever details, so I'm now I'm browsing my Calibre library. You can do that at the moment. If you like it, you just go and download the PDF, and you got a book. So if you go to tags, I'll just run a local version because it's, if I say 2 and enter, now it's a local version. These are the issues from ARG, never mind. You can also search through tags. So for example, this is very important for me. This is my research. So there is like 65 books which I have for my research called Ruling Class Studies. This is very bad book. Don't download it. It's here because I needed to read it and then realize that it's really, this is very, very good book. So, so it's inside of a Ruling Class Studies. It's also big HAIP. This is the one which you can, from tomorrow you can download with QR code from the wall up there. So we are making an ambient where we can share books. And this is one of the user scenarios. And that's how I kind of got a vision, or like, I don't want to use that as like a religious enlightenment or something, but I had a vision that in this way we can make a library. So I kind of offered the definition of a library after I realized this, and the definition is that a library is the place where you have books and access to books, where you have a catalog so that you can search by categories, that you can go and search like here. You can search for author, for title, just like when you get into the library. And in card catalog, like papers, or these days you just go like in something like this, and you search for the books. But also the library it needs like a third layer, and that's a librarian. So that's how I feel about it, and I can like talk forever about it. So these 3 things, in my opinion, makes the library: access to books, catalog, and librarian. And because of Librarian, Google and Amazon, even they have quite good catalogs, they have access to books, you need to pay quite a lot, but they're not really a library because they don't have librarians. And then also if you don't have access to books, if you just have a catalog and you know something about that catalog, you're basically like a seller of the books more than a librarian. So if you can let people get the books, if they can actually go through the catalog, through your catalog, and if you are there to say something about your catalog, that's the library. And then if you bring a lot of these kind of amateur librarians, then we can talk about the public library, the big peer-to-peer public library. And that was the idea of which kind of led to this festival, and where we try to build it up, to improve all of the simple kind of steps in that workflow, and also like just to make it that the book will never go outside of the catalog, so that I have my books in a catalog. So when I'm giving the book to you, I would rather give it to you into some other catalog. So if it goes from your catalog to some other catalog, so then if we like keep the control of that catalog, we are keeping the control over the books, and we are keeping the control over the knowledge. And then in this way we have kind of access to knowledge. This is a little bit of the ideology behind it. Even this is like a technical kind of presentation. So what else? Yeah, here is the code. It's in GitHub. If you want to develop it further, you can, or you can just like go and check it out and download it and install it, or just ask me while I'm here. I can help you if there will be any like a problem with that. And also what I provided, yeah. So I provided also, you can see it here. I provided, so if you are remotely, if you communicate with your peers, with your friends, and you want to share the books, then you also have that let's chat while we share. So I'm running a web front-end for Jabber conference, so just if you don't know these terms, it's just a chat room for people. You can access it by any Jabber account, like a Gtalk. If you have a Gmail, then you can just use your Gmail and password. At the moment, I just can say that I'm not doing anything with your password, but it goes through my server, so you need to trust me. But you can also easily make a fake account, and then I can just have the password from your fake account if you are like, if you don't trust me. But I'm also trying to make the whole server kind of a thing very much in the scope of the functionality of a router. So at the moment, I'm running this, and I found it quite ironic on a Amazon cloud infrastructure. So that's how we get connected. So Amazon is helping to share books. And everything what is set up there, it's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know which files are like exchange or whatever. So in that sense, trying to be like immune to the court case, but we know that the latest stage of copyright police is probably like whatever, powerful enough to go after anyone. So in that sense, whatever I did, I'm sure that if it will get into some level onto the radar, that someone will try to shut it down. So this is what I did. I try to keep it this way, and then if there will be any legal fights or whatever, let's fight for it, for the very technology which provides that. But I also am quite keen to go for the fight for the public library. And we will talk quite a lot here about that fight and about the reasons why we should do that, and why public library today. But I don't want to use this talk. You will see a lot in a program reasoning why this is important. So I don't know if I have anything else to show. This is just Calibre plus Let's Share Books, and I can just show you a little bit more about Calibre. Sean will also show you the more of ARG and how you can use it with ARG. So I showed you how you can easily like go and download metadata. The idea what we try to develop here is that if you use Calibre, you'll be able to use plugins which will give you the direct access to Library Genesis. You probably heard of that library. It's like around 1 million of books which are available for download. ARG, like 20 or 30,000 of books, very well selected and made into nice collections and things like that. So it can be your librarian front end, your librarian cockpit, and you can directly visit other catalogs so that you can directly bring the book together with the metadata into this Calibre. And that's what we try to do here. This is not the only way to do that. This is the first step, if you like it. If you don't hate these icons, they are very ugly. But if you have like your friend graphic designer, please come up with the better design. It's easy to change it. It's a free software. And we really want to have people using this and become a librarian, because we need a lot of librarians to like build a great public library. And if we have more librarians, we can better fight for the public library. That's, in short, what we are trying to do in today and 2 days in front of us. And also the team which gathered here is great, and it seems that we will work in the future also improving all of these. So if there is any question, I would like to answer. If not, we'll have enough time to hang out and to teach each other how to use it, and also like if you want to start with a good one, you can just come to me or like go to our website. It's probably better to just come to me, and then you can start with like 822 books, well selected, probably like at least 50 or something will be good for you. So you can start with that, and then you can add your own. Or you can start with other collections from people here. And what we will try to do is that we have prepared other big collections into the Calibre so that you can start with that. We can't really say, we have like very nice collections from people which I didn't ask if I can say the name, but they're like nice scholars which did like collections of, I don't know, like 30,000 books or something, like covering the whole humanities and things like that. So this is why we are here. So let's share it, let's start it. Yeah, questions?
I didn't have a question.
Yeah?
I didn't have a question now. But
Okay.
I have to wake one up. But Sean is going to talk about the Casanova plugin then afterwards, no? So I don't ask you this one.
Yeah, Sean will present also ARG, how it looks like, and then how you can also like join that. Yeah.
But about the skins, yeah, about the ugliness of the icons, is there actually already something up, or do you know somebody who's working on this?
I just know that few people like really hate. You can make them very small. I don't know. I think that it's not important. I mean, I think that it's tactically it's important because more people will like it if it looks good. But I think that this kind of community here, I don't think that we need. Yeah, we need better icons just to start with that. But it's easy. It's very easy to. It's for the developers. It's done in Python Qt with Qt resources. You can easily change the. Yeah, no. So you think that it's not easy to change the icons and. You can change icons, but I would say that this is rather like a very standardized view on a database, at least one of many which you can have. If you can find any other, so the Calibre, yeah, it has like 10 million users at the moment. It's mostly used by people who have Kindles because it has a very good support for all kind of devices. So if you just plug your Kindle, any other reader, tablet, whatever, it will recognize it, and then you can just copy it to your device. And also, historically, it was a much bigger problem than today, but Kindle couldn't read PDFs, for example, also EPUB. So if you want to convert, you can easily do that in Calibre. That's where most people what most people use Calibre for example, from Deja Vu. Here you can like just go to any other, and many times it will work just fine. But some of the books are just not great for the conversion, and that's why we need librarians to like fix it. So to fix metadata, to use this scanner there, and to prepare books, and yeah, that's what we can do. Any question about Calibre or lecture books? Or yeah.
I have a e-reader too, so I've been playing with Calibre quite a lot, and I'm interested if you could tell us more about this conversion, because I got the impression that it doesn't run that smoothly. Maybe it's just me because I'm not that skilled. But if you convert a PDF to EPUB, what basically happens is that with PDFs you have a fixed layout. You have like formatting that is pre-done, and with converting it to EPUB, everything kind of collapses, and you have like page numbers that stay there, and chapter titles and so on. So I have noticed that there is this particular section which should help you to do it, but
I think that revolution is not a tea party. So yeah, at the moment we can't really just say we have all of the books ever here and available to everybody. So every of these steps can be improved, but at the moment that conversion, if it doesn't go well just by using defaults, then you can become a master of using these customizations. And Calibre has rather like a modular design, so you can have recipes which will do that. So if you have like a edition of the books which are which looks the same and done by the same, like a publisher or something, it usually worth an effort to make a recipe for that because you can use it for the for other books. But yeah, I mean, I think that at the moment, if you are a designer, if you don't like the icons, if that's the like a showstopper for you, probably the books which you want to bring here won't be the, Calibre will not really help with conversion because the books which really depend on a, whatever, like a very specific layout and design, they usually are not the best candidates for the conversion. But most of the like whatever philosophy, Marxism, like books without many photos, I think that it will just work fine. Yeah. Oliver, you said that you have a question?
Yeah. I was just wondering, to what extent do you team up with actual existing libraries? Because they're also struggling with this transition phase of the old library to the digital age and the question of accessibility. So are there any communication?
So we have a like a we call that a book magnet working group here. So there are a number of people here who wants to like who address the problem of messy directories, so that you have like a bunch of files. So then you wanna like get some metadata for that. So we are working on set of like software tools to help, so that you can start with some. So we really with the book magnet working group, we really like cover the whole range of problems in that workflow. So I know that Jan and Sebastian, you will hear about that more on Friday, working on different user interface for the books, which works through browser. So if you don't like Calibre, then you can go for that one, which is not, I think, ready yet. Yeah, so it will be. Yeah, you can also wait as always. And we also use Library Genesis metadata database. So that's the huge resource which we have now. And we can connect, because of the checksums of the files, so we can connect MD5 checksum with the rest of the metadata. So it's easy to check if the file which you have on your hard disk, and if you download it from Library Genesis, you can easily get the metadata because Library Genesis has it, and you can just use these tools. So that's what we do now at the moment. And if there are developers here, please join us. Yeah. But it's a work in progress. Also, what I just realized is that this setup is pretty much like a kind of entertainment or whatever. And I would rather have an ambient of like that working group which we had there, which is more like a calm down, quiet library. We work in progress. But I think that we can't really change this and the spotlight, and let's have it and deal with that. I'm done.